It had been a hot, muggy day. Katie discovered that if you pick up a glass with a sweaty hand, the glass slips right through and bounces on the table. Orbie discovered that even if you make a puddle with the hose, the sun will dry it right up. And they both discovered that an ice cube doesn't last long all by itself in the sun. Katie and Orbie sat on the front steps. Katie wished that Dad would come home and take them off to a nice, cool swimming place. Orbie wished that Dad would take them down to the dark, cool caves that were at the other side of the city. You had to go with an adult. Maybe this would be the day. Katie looked at Orbie. This isn't a good day for caves. This is a perfect day for swimming. Orbie heard what Katie said, but Orbie didn't agree. In a nice dark cave, it would be cool, and Orbie would feel comfortable and like an adventurer. Katie added, and scared. But Orbie didn't think so. When Mom had finished working on her paperwork, she brought out some juice. She told Katie and Orbie that she would turn on the sprinkler for a few minutes so they could all cool down. Dancing through the sprinkler was fun. Katie and Orbie laughed because every time Mom ran through the water, she shrieked. They all tried cartwheels and had a highest jump contest. Orbie won, of course. Katie pretended she was swimming. Orbie pretended that he was in the caves with water dripping from above. When they finally felt cool and refreshed, Mom turned off the sprinkler. After lunch, Katie and Orbie decorated the tree in front of their house with wind ribbons. The ribbons just hung straight down. There was no wind. The shade of the tree was better than the sun, but it was still hot. Even though they had cooled down under the sprinkler, they were starting to get hot again. Orbie told Katie that in the caves it wouldn't be hot at all. Katie told Orbie that maybe the caves would be cold. Orbie liked that idea, but Katie really didn't. It was then that they both decided to hold on to a magic ribbon and make a wish. And as I'm sure you know, Katie wished for swimming, and Orbie wished for a visit to the caves. When Dad drove in the driveway, he had a surprise for everyone. I think Mom already knew, but she pretended that she didn't. Dad told them that he had just bought a cottage. He'd been working on it for quite a while. He wanted to keep it a surprise. They would be going there for the weekend. There was a boat and a lake to put it in. All kinds of exciting things could happen at a cottage. Katie and Mom danced around in circles. This was fabulous. Katie's wish came true. Orbie was excited too until he realized that they wouldn't be going to the caves. Probably for the whole summer they wouldn't be going to the caves. He stopped in midair and plopped to the ground. Dad thought he was being funny, as Orbie often was, but Orbie didn't feel like being funny. He was sad. He was sad because Katie got her wish, and he didn't. That didn't seem to be fair. Mom told Katie and Orbie that if they wanted to go up to the cottage, they'd better pack their toothbrush and things. She was going to get the cooler. Mom hurried about getting food and drinks ready for the weekend. Dad loaded up the car and brought out his fishing rod and hat. Katie filled her backpack with a bathing suit, shorts, pajamas, a toothbrush, a hairbrush, and a stuffy, and then another stuffy, and then another stuffy, and then, well, needless to say, her backpack was getting too full. Mom poked her nose into the room and told Katie that perhaps one would be enough. Next time they go, she could take another. Mom was right, of course. As Mom was turning to head back down the stairs, she noticed that Orbie's backpack was sitting on the bed with nothing in it. "Where's Orbie?" she asked. Katie told her that he was sitting under the ribbon tree. Then Katie looked at the backpack, too. She had thought that Orbie was already packed. He didn't have to pack clothes, so she just thought he was finished and waiting under the tree. Mom asked if something was wrong, and Katie told her that she didn't think so. When Mom called to Orbie to come up and pack, he got up very slowly, and it was then that Mom realized maybe Katie was wrong. She walked over to Orbie and asked what the problem was. Orbie looked down at the ground. He told her, "Nothing." But moms and dads can tell when this isn't quite true. Mom touched Orbie on the chin. Sometimes things seem big when you keep them inside you, she said. When you tell somebody, they get smaller. Orbie looked at Mom, who was right about almost everything. He decided to take a chance. When he explained, Mom nodded her head. She could tell that Orbie really wanted to go one place, the caves, when everybody else wanted to go somewhere else. It was no wonder he felt sad. Mom told him that not all wishes could come true. Orbie looked like he might cry. She added, at least not all at the same time. If you had your wish right now, and I'm sure it would be fun, but Dad wouldn't get his. Orbie didn't know that Dad had a wish. Mom explained, not that his wish is more important, but Dad had bought the cottage because when he was a little boy, Grandma and Grandpa had one. Dad loved to spend time up there. When he thought about you and Katie and what would make you happy, he decided that it would be this. Orbie looked at Mom. Orbie pointed out that Katie was getting her wish too. They would be swimming at the lake. Mom agreed, and she reminded Orbie that he liked to swim too. Orbie shuffled his feet. That was true. Orbie wondered if Dad would ever make a wish to go to the caves. Mom wasn't sure, but she'd been told that when Dad was a little boy, he loved things like caves. Orbie smiled. Maybe there was hope. On the long drive up to the cottage, Mom told Dad about Orbie's wish. Dad thought it was wonderful and that it had every possibility of coming true. And 3 weeks later, they all went to the caves for a visit. They were kind of spooky, but everybody had fun. Orbie learned that sometimes a wish can't come true right away. But if you keep wishing, one day it will. And do you know, if you have a wish, you should keep wishing too. Because one day, maybe not in 3 weeks, but when you least expect it, it just might come true.